In this episode of Beyond the Mould, we will speak with Sid Deshmukh, Sid, as he likes to be called, who came from a background of technology and sales, but his passion for sports kept nudging him to do something different. Siddharth followed his heart and has now worked with some of the biggest names in the sports industry, be it talent representation, commercializing sports with fan engagement, smart connected arenas, and CSR. He's done it all. With a head for technology and a heart for sports, he's here to share his journey and inspire you not to wait for an opportunity to come your way, but to create it. Hey Sid, welcome to Beyond the Mold.
Hey, thanks, Salil. I think it's a interesting place to be right now. So looking forward to the chat.
Yeah, I'm really excited to have you, Siddharth, because this whole field of sports management is what I've been hearing, not hearing, I would say, I've been getting exposed to it very recently. It's not been a traditional field for me. And thanks to you, I've been hearing about it. So, I'm very curious, Siddharth. Let's just dive deep to the deep end. You and I came from the same space of technology, right? I know you've been a tech guy, living the American dream. So, how did you jump from one world to another world? I mean, what is this whole? Which world are you in now, and what caused that whole jump?
So yeah, the first thing first. The word you use, sports management, I think still not many people know what exactly it means. Everybody loves sports. Everybody wants to be there, but they don't know what management of actually it means to be in that industry. So yeah, as you said that we came from the same background, similar thing. So for me, while growing up, I was an athlete. I was to play badminton at competitive level, played cricket, played swimming, used to swim for competitive level. So sports was always part of me. It was my kind of upbringing with parents. First forcing and then sustaining, and then it's became my liking. But had in mid 90s, was my 10th grade, and that's when I had a shoulder injury, and that's when actually my professional sport career as a dream shattered. And growing up in 90s, we had only two options: either Bollywood or computers. So being a Mumbaiker and was in Mithibai College, so I also tried something on Bollywood side, but yeah, didn't work out that time. And I'm
So
not.
sports was not an option.
Sports was not an option at all. It was nobody knew what to do beyond playing. So there was no
Gully
option.
cricket.
Yeah, it was not gully cricket. It was professional as well. But we didn't know what sports was actually all about. There was nothing that about sports where you feel that okay, if I'm not playing, what do I do there? They had no idea. So that's where the whole, as I said, the IT happened, the computer side happened. So I called myself a failed athlete, force engineer, but a focused sports person. So difference between a failed athlete and a focused sports person is actually I could not make it big as an athlete, but the sportsman in me never died. That was something was built on the field. And while all these things were happening, I had a regular. I did my computer science. I did my MBA from Symbiosis because, and I believe me, I understood one thing while in doing computers is I cannot be losing my sleep over a missing semicolon. I gave up coding. I couldn't do that. So I found MBA to be a altered me for me to be in the industry. So I did my MBA. I worked with banking and worked with great leaders. And from there, the time came in 2008-9 when actually I joined Mindtree and I moved to the US. And it was different. It's like everybody's dream in IT industry, that consulting industry, is to be in the Bay Area. And I got an opportunity. I was there, spent there a few years. But while doing that thing, I was asking myself all the time, what am I doing? And that is where that what, why, how, all those questions started coming in. You may call it my midlife crisis hitting me a little early, but at the same time, it was the question. It was like there was no happiness in what I was doing. I was getting paid really well. I was roaming the world. I was really traveling. Everything was phenomenal. Touchwood, life has been great. No regrets. But the thing is, I was at the end of the day, there was no happiness about what I was doing. And I should train. I was under one of a friend of mine. I actually started doing duathlons, marathons, and duathlons there. So I was training at Stanford campus in Bay Area, Palo Alto, and that's where actually I saw the college athletes training. They were training. I think it was a NFL, the football, American football was going on. There were athletes, sprinting athletes, and there was a structured mechanism for that. I went and asked them. So I came to know about NCAA as a model, which is the model the American society works on the university sports, college sports, which goes what India also started with national games and Khelo India. We are trying to build a structure to it, but that was there in US. It has been there for years together. So I got interest in that, and I said, "Ki, if US can do it, why can't we do it?" And I think that was that one evening in Stanford. Usually get that wow factor or eureka factor looking at the technology side of Stanford. I got it on the ground, on the field, about why can't we explore something like this in India? And that was the day. From that day, 9 months from then, I came back to India. I quit my job and got into the industry I wanted to be.
But did you see yourself as part of this model? I mean, did you see an opportunity for you? I mean, what was it?
Yeah, the opportunity was there, and I saw the opportunity because in US I came to know that it's not only about athlete. There's a whole ecosystem around athlete. So one athlete actually can employ 30 to 40 people.
Directly, indirectly.
I directly interview both, but directly at least 3 to 4 people, a coach, strength and conditioning, mental conditioning, nutrition, dietitian, about the shoes and all, marketing and branding, time management, venue management. That direct and indirect management around an athlete. So I saw if one athlete can do this, imagine one team, how much it can do. If one team can do it, how much a league can do. And if one league can do it, how much a federation can do or a country can do. So India started thinking beyond cricket. It started thinking that, okay, sports is possible. We are still cribbing about every 4 years that we don't get medals. But what I saw, I rather got excited about what we can do in those 4 years. The Olympics is a glory. But what are we doing in those 4 years to be part of that glory? That's where I saw the opportunity. And that's what I got excited about. And that's what made me crazy. And people still call me crazy about leaving everything. Well, one of the things that I talk to whenever I'm giving a session with the students and all, I talk about one thing. They ask me, what happens when you follow your passion? I said, your monthly paycheck becomes your annual paycheck. So yeah, I've been through that. It's a different kind of sustenance, but I think everything, if you do it by full heart and right intent, finally at the end of the day, it works. And that's where I'm here today. I'm this part of this glorious industry for the last 10 years and continuing.
So this is what I ask a lot of people who come, people who have done different things. What was the support? How was the support from home, from family? Because suddenly when you shift gears into something unknown,
Yeah.
right? Unknown.
It was fun part. Nobody knew, including me, what am I doing. So my dad comes from a typical doctor's family. So my dad asked me, "The paise to मिळतील ना? Will you ever earn? Will you get paid for doing what you're doing?" My mom came and said, "Don't worry, you will do it." So that one statement from my mom, "Don't worry, you will do it," was a big boost. And yeah, so support was always there. Luckily, sometimes I stretched it too much. But yeah, and luckily they believed in me, what I was doing, and what I wanted to do. So, and again, I think they saw a sports person in me, or they saw that attitude in me about not to give up. It's, if I fall down today, tomorrow I'm going to get up. The knockout punch is not going to give me that kind of knockout punch where I can't stand up. I will get up. So yeah, it was believing in myself and giving the kind of faking it to the family also that all is good, don't worry. So that also worked.
So Siddharth, what were the different areas that you got exposed to when you entered this, I would say, new age that came in the Indian scene, right? And I think you're pretty early on in that scene. So what are the different areas that you got exposed to?
So luckily, as you said, early 2012, 2013, being part of sports industry was one of those very few people who got into it. And I called myself privileged to be part of the sunrise industry. Our whole industry is not more than 50, 60,000 people. Imagine this is smaller than a business unit of Infosys. But to reach that commercial stage, there are other stages. There is development. So development of sports and development through sports is very crucial. education of sports and education in sports is very crucial, and sustainability of sports and sustainability through sports is crucial. So if you look at these three sides, if they come together properly, the commercial is given, is a byproduct. But unfortunately, everybody's running after commercialization and ignoring the other part. But yes, we are learning as an industry. Everybody has learned their different ways, so we are learning as an industry and trying to grow with these three aspects as well. If that was not looked at, Khelo India wouldn't have been such a big thing. National games wouldn't have been a parallel equal things. India hosting games, India sending teams for multiple things. That 3 days back, we heard 4 of our boxers got world championships and different categories. All 4 girls. It's a different thing altogether. And again, sports knows, as we talk about it, sports has no boundaries. That teaches a lot. So while getting exposed to commercialization, development, education, sustainability, the gender equality and diversity is something that you get exposed to, and if you learn from that, I think you rise above a lot of things.
But where are you seeing people getting into now? I mean, where are the opportunities? Where is it that you are focused on? And
So my focus is commercialization, because that's where the money is, and that's where if money comes in, the growth comes in. But for me, my personal liking is development, sustainability, and education.
and what does that even mean?
Okay, so development is grassroots development. So you have to look at a pyramid. Everything you do in life has a pyramid. There is a bottom of the pyramid, which is at the participation level. So in the participation level, you add competition to make it a competition level. In that, you start making competition stronger to make an amateur level. And from there, the winners comes at elite level. So it's a pyramid. So what I enjoy doing is the bottom of the pyramid, where everybody come out and play, at least play for 30 minutes. Even the new education policy, I was fortunate to be part of developing that policy. New education policy also has 1 hour of gameplay or sports in school education, and it has got marking system now, because parents also start paying attention if this part of the record, the mark sheet. So the PT teacher is not sitting behind; he is actually sitting at par with a math teacher now. He is not a pushover anymore. So that pyramid is where you look at the whole development part. Development, if you infuse education, becomes sustainable. And the moment the sustainability, education, and development comes together, you have elite commercialization. So that is the pyramid, and people are getting entry at different level. So if you're into sales and marketing, getting sponsorships and all those things, I also work in those industries. I work at the commercialization because I get money into it. I work on CSRs. I work on getting money into sports because see, we are a fortunate country, India, where the CSR is mandatory after certain percentage of the revenue. We are one of the very few countries in the world where it actually happens. 2% of that revenue has to go into CSR. See, at the end of the day, either it's happening by compulsion or emotion. Money is good for me. So there are a lot of people who give money out of emotion. There are a lot of people who give money out of compulsion. Doesn't matter. That money is getting used at my club level. I have a club in Pune, Rising Pune FC, as a football club. We have 250 kids playing there. We are opening a new girls team, which will be completely free of charge, paid by us. We are working with Adi Chavan, who is India's captain and ex-captain and goalkeeper, and one of the most recognized existing active football player in female. She has an academy called She Kicks, and we work very closely with her about growing her academies by the girls for the girls kind of thing academy. Then we work with the wheelchair association in basketball and other things, para athletes. It's a different world altogether, and the CSR is required there. So that is the CSR side, which comes in the sustainability part of it. So sustainability of sports and through sports is part here, where you make a ground multi-sport arena and make sure you get revenue out of it, so that maintenance become easy. Then I have been a founding member of my own Anba Matter Symbiosis, where we founded MBA Sports Management at Symbiosis School of Sports Sciences. Around 500 odd alumni in market right now. Every student coming there is there because they wanted to be there, not because their parent wanted to be there. That's the beauty of it. No parent says go and do sports management. They will so go and do engineering, go and do medicine or law or CA and all those things. Nobody will say go and do sports management. So that means those students have fought against something to be there. So it's a fun way of working. So that is something I got. So education becomes important there. Education also important for the coaches to be ready for the world. How the coaching is growing, how we can improve our level of coaching. For that, have to have a sustainable uh, ecosystem for the coaches and the players to grow together. It's like school, right? If you look at school, that you have to have better teachers to have better students.
But these coaches coming from an athletic background, or
Yeah, so 99% yes. Only thing is some of the mental coaches, like mental conditioning coaches, they do come from other background, but other coaches are coming from the athletic background only. And doesn't mean that if you imagine a simple story, right? Sanjay Bangar, I know you have nothing to do with sports, so I'm just taking some names. Sanjay Bangar is ex-India cricketer. He was India's batting coach. And it was a time when Virat Kohli was at peak. Imagine what Sanjay Bangar can tell Virat Kohli how to play a shot. No. So it is not, their job is not to teach athlete how to play. It's about how to apply or analyze themselves. So the best of the athletes, it's not to say they will be the best of the coaches. So that is what the coach education is very important. India right now at any given time have a dearth of almost 20-30,000 coaches.
that's a big number.
It's a huge number. Government is doing a lot, federations are trying to do something, but it has to have a sustainable lifestyle for that. And the third part becomes development. It's a huge market of grassroots. Imagine if I tell you the business wise, like this whole thing is about unconventional business ideas and what can you do. Imagine if you can rent a space, let's say 10,000 square feet. I know it's a big space in the city, but if you can rent it, put a turf on it, football turf, and start an academy with based of 2-3 coaches. If you have that, believe me, 3 to 4 months time, you start building good sustainable revenue for you to grow. And the turf, I am saying turf and not natural grass, because turf actually can be utilized for almost 15, 16, 17 hours a day. In heavy rains, doesn't matter. So that kind of work, I talk to so many coaches and we talk about building this in rural areas or tier 2, tier 3 cities. They can, on their own capability, they can teach 50, 60 kids. Even they charge 1,000 rupees, 1,500 rupees per kid. Fine, it's a good revenue for them. And putting a turf is, I'm not saying it's cheap, but it can start from as low as 2-3 lakh rupees and as high as 10 lakh rupees. You decide what you want to do. But you can break even very quickly. You're doing something what you like, and you're giving back to the game which made you who you are. There's a different business opportunities there. So the club that I have, Rising Pune FC, is associated with a academy of Four Lions Academy. That's our exclusive tie-up with the academy. So that is run by four coaches. That's why it's called Four Lions. So those 4 coaches are so sustainable, and now they have employed 25 coaches. And they have around 9 centers in Pune. From one single center in Pune, in Baner, now they have 9 centers in 3 years. From 15 kids, my own son is part of that, came from there, now he's with Reliance, has a big setup. But that is from 15 kids, 250 kids in 3 years. So you have to look for ways to do business. It's about, what we do is as I said, right, we put ourselves in the box and we feel good about it. We are king of the box.
And then certain boxes have existed for a long time, right? But now, so we need to kind of remove those boxes or discover new boxes,
You don't have to break the box. You don't have to go out of the box all the time, right? There are a lot of opportunities sitting in the box. The only thing is, how are you looking at the box? What ages how are you looking at the ages? These are the very small things, like you've been part of entrepreneurial journey yourself, right? Long journey entrepreneurship. It's what is entrepreneur? Or what is entrepreneurship? It's something that comes from within. It's antarprerna, right? It's a Sanskrit word of antarprerna. So you can do it for anything. For us in sports, it is something that makes me little human and keep making me, or I can keep doing human. Yes, you must be reading how the whole esports industry is growing. That is, but again, it's E, but it's still sports.
Right. So before we come to esports, right, I want to check that how are we doing with the rest of the world? I mean, are we an exciting market? Is this going to be an exciting market in India, or we're already there? Where are we right now?
It is the most exciting market
To be.
And not because I'm part of it, or there are some wonderful people part of it. It is the exciting market because in the world
The most exciting market.
Because see, understand, at any given time, when you are bored, two things that you do is find a way to recreate for the recreation. There is nothing else. As human, when we are done with our day's work, what are we looking at? Recreation. And there are two ways of, one is entertainment, one is sports. Entertainment has the music or dance and all those things, right? You let go things and you want to rejuvenate something. Sports is the place for you to be part of it, for entertainment, for engagement, and to grow as an industry as well. So it is there to stay, and it's here to grow. So I still call it sunrise industry. It's going to grow only, and no robots can take over our world.
Or no AI?
No AI is obviously it's good. See, technology is an enabler for sport. It's going to help an athlete to analyze themselves better with the data that is coming in.
Right.
But I'm not interested in watching the robot playing against each other, right?
Right. So Siddharth, in this industry right now, what are the, if you had to map out, for some of our listeners and viewers, what are the various career options that are opening up for people now, in the next 2 years, and what do you potentially see in the next 5 to 10 years?
Very good question and very tough question. The career opportunities, one is an athlete. Okay, given.
That's a given,
That's
right?
given. Then the immediate to athlete is a coach. That is also given. You need a coach for an athlete. It's like education system. But the things which are developing around is events. Event has a huge industry.
So let's talk about events, for example, right? You've been involved in a couple of events. So where is it? How is it? What scale are you seeing things at?
It is going at crazy scale. Event is a phenomenal. Event is a phenomenal industry. Again, I'll give a reference to a sport in football. 90 minutes match is going on, and the goalkeeper is getting noticed only when he does a save or a misses. A cricket match is going on, a one-day match, 300 balls getting delivered. The wicket-keeper is seen only when he does a great stumping catch or he missed something. It's a thankless job, and you don't get seen. Event is the same thing. It is thriving on efficiency or effectiveness. It is about having a watertight compartment to make sure the things happen. So event is a huge industry for it to grow. It has got commercialization. It has got production side. The whole the way efficiency. You have to make sure that you're cutting the corners well to keep in the budget, save that money, and grow. So many people are finding event as one of the most exciting industry because they are doing event after event. They're not employed by somebody. They're freelancers. So April, May, June, they're working with IPL. After the IPL gets over, they will, in the rainy season, they will work with table tennis or a kabaddi thing. After that, get over, they go work with ISL, football thing, then badminton. So, and 2-3 months of vacation.
So this is enough opportunity in the events for sports into it. And again, that will have various multiple sub
roles
opportunities.
Yeah, there are multiple roles inside that. So,
but dedicated for sports.
Dedicated for sports. There are people who do sports entertainment like Filmfare. How is, so again to tell you, Filmfare awards or what is that, Cineblitz award and a national game. There's no difference. Event management. Finally, it's a efficiency. What you do to the T is important. But looking at a sport is a different mindset to looking at a movie award.
And so are we seeing specialization coming in now?
Yeah, it is a specialization thing. So in education also, the event management is the specialist field. Then another field in that is technology. Sports tech is huge. It's not about creating sports technology. It's about application of technology and making sense out of technology. You won't believe, I've interviewed somebody who they do performance analysis of a horse. Horse racing is one of the biggest industry in the world. And what they do is they have a small chip in the saddle, and that monitors the whole horse's performance. And based on that, they decide ki how much training should be given to the horse. Because finally, for them, the horse is an athlete. Jockey is just a medium, but horse is an athlete. There are crazy technology things happening. We don't even imagine what else is happening. Like everybody said that I don't want anything intrusive. There are non-intrusive technologies happening. They're looking at something from the multiple data or the sensor, the RFIDs and beacons. So in 2016 I worked with Sacramento Kings Golden One Arena, which is the world's first smart arena. So there, as soon as you walk in, you are welcomed by the technology. Hey Salil, what are you doing? It's good to see. Last time you were at J29, today you are at F22, because beacon and RFIDs are actually understood where you are. So take this exit is the nearest to you. You order for tacos, and this is the tacos will deliver to you at this time and this and so many things happening. The players on the surface wall are talking to you as if they know you personally. There's a different way of engagement. So fan has a journey, right? A casual fan to a fanatic. There's a journey. The moment you grasp through all these three sides, there's a money to be made.
We covered the athlete, we covered the coach, we covered the event, then we have the tech. And now you're saying
Fans.
fan management. Fan management itself is a massive,
huge industry, because finally, if there is no, it's given, right? If there is no athlete, there is no sport. But what is athlete doing it for? One is themselves, one is pride, and one is for fans. So if there is no fan to watch and clap for you, what is your motivation to keep doing? There has to be somebody's giving you a clap.
And the fan needs to get something back.
Yeah, because they are the one who is paying money. The brand is getting invested into a sport because they have access to fan. Who is me right now, right? Imagine now if I'm going for a game, and my profiling has been done mid 40s. This is liking this kind of thing. Now a brand has the data about Sid Deshmukh or Sid to know that what to sell to him. The brand will put in money, not blanket money. They will know whom to target. You work in digital marketing so much, and you know how to targetize profiling. That exactly is happening at the outer level as well. The world is changing. There's so much of fun activity happening in the stadium, the fan engagement happening. But fan engagement also getting driven by technology. So we spoke about event, we spoke about marketing and event or technology driven thing, fan engagement thing. And one big sector as a career is towards development, the grassroots development. The academies to be developed, the way it happens. But again, it's a mix of event, running the summer camps or doing some sponsorship, some marketing and everything. So industry-wide, it is a phenomenal industry. There are multiple aspects that we can grow. You can become a production person. You can work with the broadcasters behind the scene. You can become a comparer. You can become an anchor. While for that, you can now with the new age, the whole Web3 has with the Web3 boom. The whole NFT was playing a big role in sports. It has gone down a little bit with the current volatility, but still it's a space that is making it more and more exciting.
And how's the startup ecosystem in this industry?
It's great. India has got now two sports unicorns already. Dream 11 is being one of them. MPL is being one of them, and there will be more. The problem about the startup ecosystem is people are entering with the wrong intention. They're entering with the intention of raising funds. Nobody's entering with the intention of getting more and more eyeballs, trying to get some revenue and then grow with it. No, who is your customer unless you know that? And also that's a problem with the sports people as well, right? It is something that they do is you do something that you like. You're not thinking that is it sellable. So I have myself invested in a couple of startups 5 years back where it was kind of a good to have. It's not a must have. Do something which is must have. And people have built the career out of it. I think the startup ecosystem is growing. I've been on the Qatar Sports Tech as a mentorship for many years, which is the first ecosystem, one of the first in the world where the government and the bank came into picture to build a sports tech ecosystem. I've been on a mentorship board for them. I'm the probably the only India ambassador for GSIC, it's Global Sports Innovation Center, uh, where they are supporting the whole ecosystem through connections. They are supporting the ecosystem through investments. They are supporting the ecosystem through acquiring clients. So I'm on that. Dream 11 has a good fund focusing on sports, and that's called Dream Capital, and everybody's coming now. Now the fund house also has come in. Apex Capital out of I think it's out of Spain. Uh, it's a different model where investors are the athletes. The elite athletes have become the investors.
And become the limited partners.
Yeah, and the fund is driving that. So what happens is a startup, when they say that I'm associated with XYZ athlete, there is a different value to it. Shikhar Dhawan, one of the India's leading cricketer, he started Dhawan Ventures as a sports fund, which is he announced I think some $75 million or something like that fund that he announced he's doing. So now they have the money, they have earned it. Now they're getting into the new age, supporting the whole ecosystem. I think it's growing. It's amazing growth. I'm still waiting for Sequoia and other guys to be part of it. But yeah, I think it's a wonderful startup ecosystem that we have. And I myself on a WhatsApp group with almost some 100 odd startups out of Mumbai, Pune, that we keep talking
So you're
about.
seeing a lot of these startups, right? Are they India focused or are they global focused? Or how is it?
Again, they want to be global focused, but they are not even serving the first Indian market. So we have to first start looking, because India has a phenomenal opportunity. We are the youngest country in the world. Under the age of 35, we have got 800 million people under the age of 35. That is more than the whole of US and Europe together. So we have amazing opportunity, but at the same time, our the paying capacity is lower. What people pay in the US for a month that we end up paying for the year or over 2 years. So that becomes a challenge. But the opportunity is phenomenal only for Indian market, and everybody's a pie. Everybody can get a share of the pie.
There's enough for everybody.
There's enough for everyone. Only thing is you need to be completely focused. I've been part of few startups where the focus has delivered what they want to deliver.
Yeah, tell us more about your experience with Dhoni. What did you learn? What was your experience? What did you learn? Your biggest learnings there?
Probably my biggest learnings. My all MBAs, I have done 3 MBAs. All those aside, and spending time with MS is like an MBA. The way he thinks, the way he talks, and it's the way he conducts a lot of things on and off field. Obviously, on field, everybody knows that, everybody sees what he has been. He always talks about one thing, that he works on intuition. If he feels that is right, he will do it. Obviously, it is backed by data, but he will do it because it is right. Otherwise, nobody had seen Yogendra Sharma bowling the last over in 2007 World Cup, or Ishant Sharma bowling that over in Champions Trophy. So all those things, they're crazy things that he has done on field. Yes, he can be a called Destiny's Child or everything that you want to call, but people feel very connected to him, and it's not what to say. It's not made up by media. I've spent some good enough time with him.
So just curious, what would you attribute that quality of MS Dhoni to?
Just being grounded, just being knowing who you are and why are you here. It's about just thanking yourself or thanking everything around you to be where you are and respecting it. That is what I have seen phenomenally with him. He's always grounded. He's an avid gamer on the whole gaming side, like PUBGs or the BGMIs and those kind of games, multiple games that he plays. So it is about just knowing who you are and just being around, respecting from where you came. He is very much mindful about where he came from, and that makes him different. So there is it's a different kind of learning, spending the time with him, talking to him. Very sharp on the business side. He's one of the most successful talent or athlete or celebrity that India ever seen. Right? It's like he's retired from the international cricket. He's still playing IPL, but what he demands or he commands, nobody else has been able to reach there. There is Sachin Tendulkar, who is treated as Bhagwan, God, right? God of cricket and everything. There's Virat Kohli, who is really ultra smart, very dashing and everything. But there is a space for Dhoni. and he connects with the traditional little old age pre Instagram and post Instagram both. Let me put it that way. So that's a different thing, and I think being aware about who you are is one of the biggest thing. And a lot of people in sports kind of success that they see instant success and forgetting why are they getting the success. He always has said whenever he spoke, सब मिल रहा है, brand मिल रहा है, सब मिल रहा है, I'm getting everything because I'm playing, because I'm performing. If I can't be the fastest player in the team or top two fastest player in the team, I have no right to be part of the team. So there are so many things about it. I think it's you can call it a salient features of the whole journey. But yeah, it's a great thing. And for me personally, it's like but 2 billion people know him, and I'm fortunate that I'm one of those few thousand that he knows at a personal level. So that's and I'm aware of that, and I respect that a lot. And I thank whoever helped me in that journey. I think it was a wonderful thing that happened, and it has helped me. Honestly, it has helped me. Nobody can say no to that. It has helped me to connect with people, to meet people, and be with people, getting kind of recognition which I was thriving because I was an outsider when I came into this industry.
Let's just change direction a bit, and there is this whole esports, which has always been there. It's not new, but it's kind of coming into prominence now. And I think you were sharing with me that it's being recognized now in the Olympics. So what's happening there? Where are we headed? Where is India in this space? Do we have a small share of it from a global perspective?
So again, esports has arrived. It's here to stay. It is going to grow. It's going to eat some pie from the traditional sport. And I myself is currently working on some of the esports initiatives and some exciting work in esports, which I was not exposed to earlier, which is amazing. What is esports? Simply, right? It's the same thing the way the sport is. When you play with rules at competitive level, it's called a championship or a tournament or a real sport. The gamers, whatever you play as a game, it could be Candy Crush or Ludo or anything, that the moment you play that competitive level, it's become esports. The gaming at competitive level becomes esports, but it is still played by humans. So they are still athletes, right? If they perform at certain level, they will still be athletes. Okay, there are traditional athletes or traditional people who has different opinion about calling them athlete. Like India has won a medal in Commonwealth in esports, right? India won a bronze medal in a game. Now, Commonwealth bronze medal for an esport athlete and a Commonwealth bronze medal for a wrestler or a judo player, they have won for India. So they are at the same level. That is the beauty of esports. So it is not. So today you are sitting here, you practice, and tomorrow you could be representing your country. That is not possible in traditional sport. So esports has opened up a different kind of avenues for that.
And has it probably also given access to remote corners of India?
Yeah. Forget corners of India, everywhere globally. Firstly, it become gender neutral. One single game can be played by boys and girls, men, female at the same time. It doesn't know the gender. It doesn't know the boundary, because a player from Pakistan, Bangladesh, and India can form a team and play somewhere because everybody is playing virtually. That's the beauty of it. So, government on 27th December last year, 2022, has recognized esports as a multi-sport medium after Commonwealth. Now it's part of Asian Games. It will be part of Olympics. Olympics has recognized it. So 2024 Paris Olympic will have esports as an exhibition sport, so that 2028 Olympics, LA Olympics, will have it as a medal sport.
And what is exhibition sports?
Exhibition is you exhibit something to attract the interest before it goes into a medal sport. So they did that with breakdancing and roller skating as well. So the skateboarding. The skateboarding was a medal sport in Tokyo Olympics, but in Rio it was an exhibition sport. So esport is going in that direction. So now Somebody from India, somebody in the remote place of India wins a gold medal in esports for India, it's same with that Neeraj Chopra or same as Abhinav Bindra. Yes, that traditional guys still don't accept it, but they have to accept it.
Right. And is there a lot of money now involved in?
Phenomenal money. Now, in top 10, 6 of them are esports leagues.
That's huge.
And when I say top 10, the minimum I'm talking money is say $20 million. There are teams who have gone public on Nasdaq. FanClan is a team who has now gone and registered themselves on Nasdaq. Only on playing games. They have 50 athletes on their roster. They play tournaments across the world, and they are listed company.
So their revenue is
Playing
prize
money and advertisements and sponsorships and everything. Having training institutes.
And is this in a very informal state
Yes,
right now?
it's completely a fragmented industry. It's unorganized sector right now. It will come under federations. There are federations. The international federation. Every country has their own federations and all. It's always going to be ever evolving. Now the kids can go back and tell their parents that, see, let me play the game. If I'm good, I can represent the country.
That's a good one.
So
now they have an excuse.
They have an excuse, but at the same time, they have to understand it's not that easy to be just keep playing. You have to excel in that. And again, there are side to it about they need mental coaching because of that time spent on screens. They need exercise because the thumb and the neck, the way they are holding the devices and all. So it's not something that you're sitting, you're a couch potato and still playing a game. No, you have to think like an athlete. You have to think like a person who wants to do something really good and be good at it. So the kids have to understand that how much time is good for me to be in front of a screen to develop. They play for 2 hours, 3 hours, perfectly fine. That's not a problem. But are you doing enough around? See,
and is it impacting your real world life?
Exactly. So, are you going to live your life as an avatar, or you're going to live your life as you?
Yeah.
It is.
Well, I'm not even sure what are the mental health repercussions or challenges that come from all this. What's the most important thing I think that right now you think is needed in this industry?
Discipline, intent. I think related to any industry, the same thing. It's being grateful about what you have, where it is going. You got to be chance of this industry. Respect it. But yeah, I think discipline plays a big role because the way discipline plays a big role in sports, it is going to play a big role in sports management as the industry as well. So be disciplined about what it is. Be thankful about you got to live your dream, to follow the passion. How many people that you meet every day and who say that, okay, I'm living my dream, I'm living my passion. I don't know whether if I was in the same management consulting or the IT industry, my earning would have been threefold or four, whatever thing is. But probably, I don't know, the happiness level would have been minus. Right now, I'm happy. And at the same time, not only about being happy, I can talk about it. I'm talking, saying that, okay, the next person joining this industry after me, probably listening to me or learning from my mistakes, can do better than me. But that's what the excitement is. I enjoy when somebody says, okay, lead by example. I wouldn't have been known to people if I was working in IT industry. I wouldn't have been known to people more than the company I'm working in. Today I know because of my channel in Sportsy or what I have done in my sports industry, limited industry, whatever that we have. I am known to people. People know me. It's a validation for what you do, the following your dream, right?
Well, it's a dream life. Are you living a dream life?
I am. That's good. I am.
Good. So just curious, what is that one thing that you did not expect that you actually received here in this industry?
A good night's sleep.
It's a good one.
I'm content. I'm happy when I'm sleeping. And I look forward to tomorrow. what is there for me to do tomorrow? Can I make can I make impact in one person's life through my students network, or through my channel or something? Can I make that one impact and motivate somebody? Can I give some direction to a parent who is a little confused about, is there something for their kids to look forward to? I have a great. Uh, it is amazing to be me right now, and that is what I did not expect. Honestly speaking, I did not expect that I will be here. I wanted to be somewhere, and there's a long way to go. I really want to be at Olympics wearing the India jersey. Obviously not as an athlete anymore, but as an administrator or something. That is. I still have my that's the
That's
dream.
your next level dream.
That's my dream. That's what I'm driven by, making an impact and those things. But for me, at the end of the day, I'm happy, I'm satisfied, and I'm looking for tomorrow. That wasn't the case 10 years back, honestly.
Awesome. Siddharth, wishing you all the very best for achieving your next level dream. We hope to see you there, at the Olympics.
Yes.
Thank you for being on Beyond the Mould.
Pleasure.